Good afternoon, everybody. It's November the 9th. It's been a long time since I've done one of these. And two things I want to talk about today. First, we're going to talk about federal debt. But hey, before I do that, man, I'm in the Scottish Highlands and just absolutely beautiful place. And I figured if I'm going to record this, I might as well do it from someplace beautiful. But anyway, this is really not a political video. I want to say that straight up. But you can't ignore politics when you're talking about the federal debt. And so I've been reading obviously a lot, not just lately, but for a long time, about these massive increases in federal debt. And let's just look at things since the year 2000. So year 2000, Bush comes in, takes over as president. Federal debt is about 5.6 trillion. Obama comes in 2008, federal debt about 10 trillion. Trump comes in 2016, has a $19 trillion federal debt. Biden comes in 2020, about a 26-ish trillion dollar federal debt. And here we are careening 34, we'll be at 35 trillion very soon. So my question is this. Federal debt in the last 23 years or so has gone up by 29 to 30 trillion dollars, a lot of money. And this is what's been on my mind, is what have we gotten for that? Now, during that period of time, you had two-term presidents, one a Republican, Bush, one Democrat, Obama. You had a one-term president, Trump. You have currently in the first term for Biden. They had, in some cases, they owned the legislative branches. In some cases, they had split government. So these are decisions that have been made not just by the Democrats or the Republicans. This has been systemic. It almost doesn't matter who's in charge in terms of what this federal debt has done. And so again, my question is, what have we gotten for it? Since 2000, I'm 50. So I remember the country very well before the year 2000. But I would say for that 30 trillion, have we gotten gleaming, shiny, new infrastructure? You know, we had the interstate highway system in the 1950s. A lot of money was spent on that. We're still on those roads today. These projects last a long time. Talked about shovel-ready projects back in 2008. We had obviously the infrastructure bill a couple years or so ago. But do we have high-speed rail crossing, knitting the country together? Bridges and tunnels and roads, are they gleaming and new? Do we have shiny new airports like you have in places like Asia? Or is a lot of our infrastructure, quite frankly, old and crumbling? Let's put that question out there. Next, from a military standpoint, obviously we have the most powerful military in the world, no question. We've had a lot of adventures over the last 23 years. But has our military on a relative basis, is the gap between us and adversaries around the world like China or Russia or other people that would perhaps threaten our position, has that gap grown or has it declined? We spend a lot of money around the world. We've got bases around the world. We fund a lot of different foreign aid around the world. Has the world become more pro-West, pro the United States? Or is it splintering? Is it becoming more multipolar and falling into different camps? Here at home, economically, are more people on a more sound economic footing than they were maybe 23 or so years ago? By some measures, actually, you can say yes to that one. But it's a good question. Are our cities better? Have the cores of our cities, our downtown areas, are they cleaner? Are they safer? Are they more vibrant? Are they places where you want to spend time? Are they places where if people from around the world arrive in the United States and land, say, in downtown Los Angeles or Chicago, are they nicer places to be or not? Is our border better defended? Do we have an idea as a country who is coming in? And those people that are coming in, are they coming in with a clear, unified vision of what it means to be in America and what the value systems are? Have we done better with the 30 trillion at accomplishing that goal? In our own country, those that are here now, is there more social cohesion? Is there a clear vision for the future of the country? Or is that more muddled? Again, this is not a political comment because I'm going to use both Bill Clinton and Reagan as an example. Reagan, like his politics or not, brilliant communicator, could communicate a vision that was hopeful for the future of the country. Bill Clinton, like his politics or not, brilliant communicator, could communicate a vision that was hopeful for the country. Have we elected for 30 trillion? Have we been able to elect leaders on both sides of the party, on both sides of the aisle rather, that are articulate, that represent the best of what we have in this country. That when you look across a nation of 350 million people, you look at our political leaders and say, these are the men and women that should be running things. Are we better at that? Education, kids better educated. Another issue with children, from a mental health standpoint, are kids happier or not? Are they more excited, optimistic about the future or not? Mortality, basic thing. People in the U.S. live longer than they did in the year 2000? Or is mortality going down? Are they healthier? Are they living better lives? So anyway, let's kind of stop it there. You've been with me for 5.5 minutes, but it's just really been on my mind, and I would love to hear your thoughts. And again, it's not, full disclosure, I'm an independent. I'm registered independent, and I really look at who I think can articulate a good vision, and that's tends to be who I support. So this really isn't a political thing, because obviously this is damning indictment on both political parties that have run things for the last 23 years. But my question to you is this: $30 trillion of additional debt, trillions and trillions more in spending. Obviously, the debt's just what we spent beyond what we've all been taxed. What have we gotten for it? I would just love to know your thoughts. Anyway, I'll leave you with that, and I'm going to continue walking around this absolutely beautiful country, and I will talk to y'all soon.